Hey guys, what's going on? It's Don here from Novaspirit Tech, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a new year. And with the new year, I got a new server. Now, I do have a little bit of an interesting story on how I got this server, so I will talk about that, as well as the specs on this server and what I plan to do with this server and the future of this channel. So let's get started. Now, to begin, I do want to blame, but yet thank Shannon Morris for this server, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But if you guys have not seen the video that we just recently collabed in on future predictions of 2022, I'll leave a link down in the description below for that video. But yes, to get into the story of this, now a couple of months ago, Shannon, aka Snubs, posted about my channel on who to watch on YouTube, and from that, I actually gained a new subscriber, and his name's Dustin. Dustin is actually the original owner of this server, and that's how we actually connected. Jump a few months later into December, which is a couple of weeks ago, he reached out to me about a server that he wants to sell. And at the same time, I was actually looking into a server for 2022 and to bring a new server into this channel. Now, I didn't want anything that was unobtainable, like a $10,000 or $20,000 server, because that doesn't make any sense for me. Instead, I would opt in for like a 2010 or 2012 server, something similar to this, still running DDR3, because one of these servers, bare bone, you could still pick up for like about $200 to $250 on eBay. So if you guys wanted to follow along or even build a home lab but not breaking the bank, this is something you can do, because it's not that expensive to actually pick up an older off-lease server from like last generation DDR3, or now 2 generations, because we're up to DDR5 now. That was my decision planning on picking up this server. Now, I do personally have a server similar to this, which is an HP DL380 Generation 6, which is similar generation to this. It's actually built around the same year, but this is a little bit stronger because it supports the newer CPU, or the better CPU from that generation. The only downside to my HP DL380 is that the RAID card does not support raw pass-through, and also doesn't support regular pass-through on the GPU. I mean, it does, but it has a really hard time just trying to get the GPU to pass through and stuff like that. So I'd rather cut my losses with that one and purchase something new. So I will be migrating everything over from my old server to this one. So it will actually be a production and a test server all together, because this thing is a beast for what I'm currently using. Now, as far as the specs on this guy, and I'm pretty sure Dustin will probably be able to comment down below if I missed anything, but as far as the general specs on this, this is running 4 Xeon CPUs, X7560s, which is clocked at 2.2 gigahertz and turbo boost to 2.7, I believe. Each CPU runs 8 cores, so I total have 32 cores and 64 threads, which is way stronger than what I currently have on my HP. It also has 128 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, and catch this, this is the best part of it. It has 6 SSDs, 800 gigabyte SCSIs. So that was going to be majority of where my money was going to go if I was to purchase a server. The hard drives is where it gets you the most, but ultimately this is a better server than what I'm currently using, because it not only supports pass-through, it also supports raw pass-through on the RAID card, so I could finally use ZFS. On the HP server, if you are using ZFS and you don't have something with raw pass-through on the RAID card, you're not getting the actual hardware information, so ZFS is really redundant, like not useful at that time. So having the ability to do a raw pass-through on the RAID card, which allows me to use ZFS, is something I'm excited for, because on my old server I was never able to use it. Now, being able to also pass through graphic cards, I am actually going to be turning this into some sort of a streaming gaming machine as well. Now, I'm going to be throwing an older graphic card on here, maybe a 1030 or a 750 Ti, or something that doesn't require external power, but I'm going to be able to actually do those types of videos where I turn this into some sort of gaming machine that we could stream off of. Now, I plan to install Proxmox on here, and I'm not going to turn this on now, but Proxmox is something we could cover in the future. It's very simple to install, so I'm not going to show you the installation process here right now. But yeah, I'm going to be running Proxmox on this guy. We're actually going to be running a lot of VMs on this as well. We might be installing Mac OS on this VM. We might be installing Android. Tons of stuff that we're going to be tossing in. So that's going to be the future of this server on this channel. So you're going to be seeing this a lot. So we're basically going to be converting a lot of home lab stuff for 2022 on this channel. Not only we're going to be doing Raspberry Pi, home lab stuff, the Pi hosted series. I'm trying to tackle on more of a home lab environment and go towards that route. So yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to happen in 2022. Anyway, I do also want to blame Shannon for another thing that I just recently purchased from her, because she did a Twitter garage and I ended up buying something from her, which you will be seeing in this channel in a couple of weeks. But on top of that, I am planning to do my own Twitter garage as well. So I'm going to have a huge garage sale of all the products I've received over the years that I am currently not using. So be sure to follow me on Twitter, because I will be doing a whole inventory. It might take me a week or two just to collect all the information I got. And I'm going to start posting pictures and prices and everything of older products that I have, or a lot of SBCs, 3D printers, resin printers, stuff like that. Anything that I am currently not using, I'm just going to do a huge garage sale on that. So be sure to follow me on Twitter if you are not right now. But yeah, that's going to be coming in the future as well. Anyway, if you guys have any questions about this, or you want to see any particular things done to this server, let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys are new to this channel, consider subscribing and also hitting that bell notification icon so you know when the next video is going to be out. And as I say in my nerd cave, hack till it hurts.